Today is one of those days in Los Angeles. An offensive piece leveled up in the preseason. A quiet market move lit a warning on the East Coast. Medical reports might redraw the secondary and front rotation, and a clash of commanders returns with playoff stakes and history. Nothing is simple. Every detail affects Herbert, the game plan, and the crowd's morale. If a surprise hits the heart of the offense, who would you put on the field? You won't believe what we've got today. So take a seat, drop a like, and let's dive straight into the news. You know when a spark changes the temperature of the whole locker room? That's what the preseason did for Trey Lance in Los Angeles. Quietly, he cleaned up his mechanics, sped up his processing, and showed poise under pressure, locking in the role as premium insurance behind Justin Herbert. And that's exactly where an unplanned dilemma was born. Keep the roster's most valuable depth, or convert this asset into ammo for immediate reinforcements. Like it or not, this decision can alter the team's ceiling in January and the weekly call sheet as soon as October. Behind the scenes, one concrete suitor is already raising a hand: Washington. Things there turned turbulent after a performance that exposed the young starter's timing, progressions, and accuracy, plus unnecessary hits created by protection breakdowns. To top it off, a post-game knee exam followed that physical battle against Green Bay. In a treacherous division, with a competitive defense and a roster built to contend, the Commanders can't let their season slip away on details. That's the vacuum where Lance, recharged in Los Angeles, gains traction as a preferred trade target to stabilize the offense if the worst happens. There's also the relationship factor. Dan Quinn knows the quarterback's profile from Dallas. They didn't work shoulder to shoulder, but that shared environment creates technical reference points, reduces uncertainty, and speeds up decision-making. When a coach sees a system fit, the phone rings faster. In Washington, a mobile QB with a live arm and the ability to operate heavy play action gives the staff freedom to tweak the menu without abandoning identity. From our side, the math is cold, not emotional. What's the price of giving up top-tier insurance at the position that decides seasons? How does this affect the Chargers? First, strategic protection. Herbert is the center of everything. Having Lance ready drastically changes the staff's peace of mind. In games shortened by weather, travel, or a patched-up offensive line, a quarterback with a run threat holds a defense a step back and widens the margin for error. The mere existence of specific packages forces opponents to spend practice time on adjustments, creating micro edges every week. Shipping that card out for a mid-round pick might be tempting, but it weakens a sensitive spot in a marathon calendar. And the fans, the stands are split. Half demand total insurance in case of any Herbert scare. The other half sees a market window before Lance's value stabilizes. On social media, mock offers are already circulating with conditional picks, snap-based escalators, and performance triggers, reducing risk for both sides. Harbaugh and the front office value competition, meritocracy, and clear messages to the locker room. If an offer arrives, it'll be weighed line by line: immediate tactical impact versus long-haul security, pick cost versus medium-term cap flexibility, and above all, the staff's confidence in a talent they themselves just reignited. Whatever the decision, it should come before opponents read between our playbook's lines and adjust the market. And that wasn't even the most surprising part of the day. Sometimes, draft victories don't show up on Sunday. They happen months earlier when the front office swims against the current. Lad McConkey is living proof. The kid who arrived with questions about frame and durability is now Herbert's favorite safety valve, a third-down nightmare for defenses, and a pride point for every blue and gold fan. Every precise route, every in-traffic catch, every yard after the catch screams, the Chargers won this bet. But the story tastes even sweeter when you look across the country. In New England, the trade that once looked smart on paper turned into a punchline. What did the Patriots get in return? A wideout who never found rhythm, got hurt, and before he could even take off, was flipped to the Saints for draft crumbs. While McConkey stacks receptions, yards, and even Offense Rookie of the Year buzz, what's left in Foxborough is regret. The irony bites hard. The same fans who cheered bypassing an aggressive trade-up now wonder how they let such a rare piece, someone who changes field geometry, slip away. For the Chargers, McConkey isn't just a stat line. He's the symbol of the Harbaugh era, a dynamic attack that stretches defenses horizontally and vertically. Herbert found a cerebral, lightning-quick partner, almost telepathic at times. Those short throws turning into splash plays don't just ease the strain on the O-line. They flip the script that Los Angeles depends solely on deep balls or safe runs. Now there's creativity. Now the offense breathes. And for those who doubted his durability, last season proved discipline and conditioning can shut critics up. There's more. Even the extra picks in the package reinforce how far ahead LA came out. A young corner is already pushing for a starting job, while New England's equivalent isn't even on a main roster. It's as if every detail shouts the Chargers won not only on the field, but in the front office chess match. The ripple effect is real. The crowd buzzes differently when McConkey goes in motion. There's an expectation something explosive is coming. Online, the trolling of the Patriots has only grown, with comparisons and memes turning the trade into urban legend. that has practical impact too. Opposing defenses must now devote extra attention to a rookie, opening space for veterans to breathe. The passing game spreads, Reed speed up, and Herbert stays cleaner. The opportunity cost, nearly zero considering the initial price, now looks surreal. It's like the front office found gold where others saw sand. And while New England tries to pick up the pieces, Los Angeles gets to enjoy one of the most productive young receivers of this new wave. Believe it or not, that still isn't the most unbelievable part of the day. You know that feeling when everything seems under control and then one detail flips the equation. That's exactly what happened with this week's medical report. Elijah Molden, who'd been grinding through a long recovery from serious leg and knee issues, popped up with the dreaded hamstring tweak. At first it looked minor, just a post-game limitation. Then came the confirmation, a practice setback, a downgraded status, and immediate doubt about his availability for the Raiders under the Monday night lights. Jim Harbaugh, as usual, kept it measured. He acknowledged the injury, avoided drama, but didn't hide that the defensive rotation would need tweaks. For most teams, losing a starting safety would feel catastrophic. For the Chargers, it becomes another resilience test. With Derwin James Jr. able to slide between safety and slot, the staff has a card to reorganize the chessboard. But make no mistake, missing Molden right now saps versatility in the secondary, especially against opponents who hammer quick short passing. The complication grows when you layer in other absences. Denzel Perryman, the heartbeat of the middle, carries a multi-week ankle outlook. You don't replace a veteran like that overnight. His gap reads, blitz timing, and huddle leadership leave a hole. Without him and without Molden, what should have been a statement game becomes a tactical jigsaw puzzle. Harbaugh will have to fast-track players like R.J. Mickens and hand more responsibility to Tony Jefferson, newly integrated into the rotation. The good news comes from elsewhere. Rookie corner Turheeb still shed the calf limitation and returned to full work. He'd already flashed starter traits and may now be thrown straight into the fire against a division rival. The fans are buzzing. Seeing a rookie seize the moment always recharges the energy. There's anxiety too. Can a defense under pressure balance youth and consistency in a rivalry this charged? And the psychological layer, supporters aren't letting it slide. Some argue it's just one game and the roster's depth was built for exactly this. Others hammer the alarm, worried about recurring injuries to key pieces and the risk of overloading Derwin James. If he has to wear multiple hats, the wear and tear bill could come due later. The evolving narrative is of a team tested at the right time. Against the Raiders, the margin for error shrinks and every defensive adjustment could swing it. Molden out means less flexibility. Perryman out means lost leadership. But it's also a chance for young players to plant a flag. Fans know these are the nights when future starters are born. And if there's one thing Harbaugh always preaches, it's competition. Whoever steps in will have the chance to turn a setback into a turning point. And trust me, this story hasn't hit its peak yet. Some rivalries never cool off. Chargers, Raiders already carries weight, but this week's storyline adds spice. Jim Harbaugh versus Pete Carroll in prime time. Two names who've known each other for nearly 2 decades, who clashed in college and the pros and in season-defining games, now square up again with the division lead at stake. You can feel it in the air. It's not just another game, it's a duel of mindsets, styles, and legacies. And this time, Los Angeles can turn the page with authority. Harbaugh was respectful and direct when talking about his counterpart. He praised Carroll, joked that in another life they might have been friends. Don't be fooled, behind the diplomacy is fire. He remembers the 2013 conference final, and he knows a primetime win carries locker room weight, boosts fan confidence, and sends a league-wide message. Carroll, for his part, played with irony, birthday card jokes, no fond memories, but fans get it. When two coaches of this level trade jabs, the flame is still alive. That backdrop makes the game bigger. For the Chargers, a win means taking control of the division and proving the new era is here to dominate. For the Raiders, it's about showing they still have the toughness to derail Herbert and company. That collision is the fans' fuel. Anyone who watched Stanford versus USC back in the day knows these two don't do lukewarm. It's intensity from kickoff to the final snap with adjustments, mind games, and the feeling every play is worth more than 7 points. Players feel it too. Khalil Mack has said it, divisional games count double. The roster knows the victory is more than a number, it's symbolic. Putting Carroll in the pocket on Monday Night Football reaffirms the Harbaugh project and cements Los Angeles as an immediate powerhouse. National TV, decades of rivalry, the division lead, it all stacks into a playoff atmosphere before midseason even hits. Here's the cherry on top. No matter what happens elsewhere, the winner takes the AFC West driver's seat. That's pride, but it's also pure math. Harbaugh versus Carroll, Chargers versus Raiders, first place on the line. If the past was electric, imagine what's coming with this much at stake. It's a classic, it's a chance to rewrite narratives, and are you ready to live a battle that could define the season? Take a deep breath, Bolt fam. Today's script showed an ambitious, shrewd, battle-tested team. Trey Lance raised the project's safety net. McConkey became the attack's spark plug. The defense handled setbacks without losing identity, and Harbaugh versus Carroll at night promises to define more than the standings. I want to know, what call would you make for the immediate future? Keep the depth or cash in on the market? Which defensive adjustment is non-negotiable for Monday? Comment, jump in, strengthen the community with a like, and subscribe now because the Chargers season is just starting to truly heat up.